Hey guys, we're back once again for a new podcast, but with someone who's already been here before. So, in fact, Aryan was the first person who was there for Poker Global's podcast, and I'm super happy to have him again in a different avatar right now. Last time, Aryan ka jo story tha, which was how he made 17 lakh rupees in 7 months. I think that had gone pretty exciting. All over this thing. My YouTube also, it's got more than 100 watch hours in terms of that story. So yeah, that's been awesome. And now we have you who's coaching people, and I think 17 lakhs in 7 months is no more your story. It's more like 17 lakhs in a month, I believe. So,
No. I still haven't crossed that margin. That's
Acha,
one thing that's not
got it.
happened.
Understood.
I have not crossed the 15 lakh margin in a month or anything yet. In
अभी वो
cash games. मतलब हाँ,
humble हो
अगर
रहे
कोई
हैं and
solo होगी
humble
अभी
हो रहा है and 17 and 15 में ज्यादा फर्क नहीं है guys. So
हाँ.
सही है आर्यन.
I've had good months, yes, but at 200 NL, I mean, in a good month you can make 70-75 buy-ins, so it's very very possible to make 14-15 lakh in a month. So, yeah.
Awesome. Nice to have you, Aryan. And I think a lot of people have been watching your streams because we don't have a large number of streamers who stream cash games at those particular stakes that you stream at, which is 50, 100, 200. So it's amazing to see. And with you, I think everyone's blood pressure boils at the same time because अरे भाई ये pot बहुत ज़्यादा बड़ा हो गया अब और अब call करो या fold करो, that's the whole game. So I think it's awesome, and thanks for doing that. It's pretty amazing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. Okay, okay, great. So, Aryan, today what I want to cover is one being now that you've started coaching and and you've started your own coaching, which is called Dead Dollar Mine or Dead Money Mine. How is it?
Money Mine.
It's Dead Money Mine.
I wish I had made $1, but I thought of dollar first because DDM sounds equally good, but then I thought we're playing in currency where currency is rupees. Later I might go to different places that might change. I'm thinking Money Mine is also fine. So, but then the dollar symbol looked good in the logo, so I kept it as is. I put rupees. It just wasn't looking as good as the dollar sign. So yeah.
Yeah, it's always 75 times more the dollar. So why not?
Perfect.
Okay. So what is Dead Money Mine? And so why that name? I think we just covered. And what is Dead Money Mine then, Aryan?
So why that name is actually a slightly different story. Dead Money Mine. Why that name is because I don't know, but in poker terms, when someone opens, someone raises, and then someone calls, and then all the money that's there in the middle, we call it dead money. And the whole idea is that I steal so many of those pots by raising, attacking with so much aggression. So I realized since all of that money comes to me, because I looked at my graph and I've shown this to my students one day that out of my winnings, nearly 12%, 13% of my winnings. So over 15-16 lakh has come from me squeezing pre-flop and taking the dead money. So I decided to keep the name Dead Money Mine.
Oh, that's
because
an interesting
it actually is
thing.
mine. So that's why I chose the name.
I remember when you had initially launched it and you had sent out things for consulting to everyone just to get inputs. Yeah, I just figured how much effort you had put into the name as well. You were like asking for logo changes and name changes.
Yeah.
So it's pretty interesting. So okay, so then what is Dead Money Mine now? So what is the entire concept?
So the entire concept is we are basically cash game coaches, or only a cash game group specifically for No Limit Hold'em right now. We might bring in PLO as well. The whole idea of this group was that you've seen a lot of actually sites internationally, abroad, everywhere, where they're very, very focused. And in India, we've got a lot of coachings, but they're all over the places. What I felt like I took coaching myself in multiple places. Obviously, I don't want to name them because I was unhappy. That's why I started my own coaching, because I felt there were concepts that were just not being taught. People were being taught कि population ये करता है तो तुम ये कर दो. But people weren't explaining why the population is making a mistake, how they're making a mistake. And the bigger thing is, it's kind of like if you don't know how the population is making a mistake, you're just memorizing what you have to do against them. And suddenly, if the population changes, you have to now go back and restart again because you don't know anything. You don't know how they were deviating, what you were doing, and anything like that. And half of the reason why coaches don't teach this is because they themselves don't know. कि कहाँ पे बंदा deviate कर रहा है and for what reason. If you ask them theoretically what is supposed to happen, they'll have no idea. And then if you ask them how the person is deviating, they'll have no clue. thinking in terms of equity, in terms of EV, not in terms of hand, in terms of ranges only. And ये बोलना बहुत आसान है, but in any given spot, how you split your ranges, what is supposed to happen in theory, how your opponent is deviating, and then how you're supposed to respond, so that even if your opponent changes, you have a base structure of understanding. So my whole idea with like my basic courses in Dead Money Mind are basically building that fundamental structure so that you can make solid decisions in any given spot.
Got it. And
that's how Dead Money Mind started.
Interesting. Okay. So you felt there's a need in the way things have been taught today, and why there is a ample opportunity to change that. Okay. What is the objective with it? Like, I mean, what are you trying to achieve with this? Is there a plan like this? Like, you know how startups start and then they have like a 5-year roadmap and etc. आपने कुछ भी ऐसा तैयार किया है?
Nothing, honestly speaking. My only thing, like, I only want to keep growing as a coach and as a community, because right now I've started to realize I've enjoyed it. Earlier, it started off because some people approached me saying that we're interested in learning. We've done these things, and I thought they could learn. So I started that. But as a coach itself, with the kind of material I'm giving, like when I was taught by an excellent coach. I won't name him because हमारा discussion नहीं हुआ है. But he taught me so much, and then you realize how expensive coaching is. He taught me the correct way of thinking, taught me everything that I know today, and I can now make my own decisions. So, and in any given situation, I won't fluster or I won't get scared or be unaware of what to do. So I wanted to give this to the other people. So I started the group that way with 2-3 people. Then people started joining. I opened it up, and now I've started doing multiple things. So I'm kind of going with the flow kind of thing. So we've got like a tie-up with MPC, and now we may be talking to some other groups as well. So I'm just kind of going with the flow, as you can say. So there's no exact roadmap as to where I want to go. But what I've understood from now is that I really enjoy coaching. The students who've come to me have given me very, very good feedback. As soon as they've put in 6 months, I will put up, like their testimonials and stuff so that people can see it. But I want some time. I want them to get some time so that they're sure that it's good or not.
Interesting. Got it. Okay. So there's no particular objective right now. It's more about you're taking it the way it comes.
Correct. And the objective is essentially to make sure that people can make extremely solid decisions. And in the future, we can grow this as a cash game hub. I want to create the cash game hub in India, which is there. But the major reason I want to promote cash games is because in India specifically, cash games is very, very profitable. Like, people think it is not as profitable as tournaments, which is just not the case. It may be, it may not be. It is definitely equal in terms of profit. Like, a tournament player, a cash game player at the same level is probably making the same amount of money, but cash game is more consistent. So cash game consistency is much higher. So starting out with cash games, maybe then transitioning into tournaments, either way. But my whole aim is to promote the idea that cash games में पैसा बन सकता है. It is not like cash game में only one big blind का win rate and all is there for the winning players. It's not like it's abroad. Over here, maintaining good win rates is a realistic possibility.
Got it. Okay. At all stakes is what you're saying.
At all stakes. Yes.
Interesting. Acha. Cool. My next question is, you started Dead Money Mind, and since we're doing a special on Dead Money Mind, I want to know what's the impact it's had on your poker career. Like, there's a special poker career that you have, which you play poker, and that must be 8, 10, 12 hours of grind on a, on a daily basis. So less time. Now I see that, acha, you have an editing team that you get your stuff edited with. So you have to look into that. There's a Discord channel that you handle, and simultaneously you play poker as well. So what's the impact of this on your poker
It's
career?
A heavy impact. It's a very heavy impact in 2 ways. One way is that the negative impact is that obviously I play less. Now I've been doing volume challenges. Like, I do volume challenges on my group for people to get free coaching if they can beat me in volume.
Can you tell us what this is? Can you tell us what this is?
So we do a volume challenge where I will set a target for myself, and we'll set a target for the opponent who challenges me as well.
Okay.
And the target will depend on your previous 6 months volume. And then what happens in that is, if you fail to do the target, I achieve mine, you pay 150% of the coaching. So instead of 30,000 per month, it becomes 45,000 for the basic course. But if I fail to do mine, you get your result. You get free coaching for that entire month. So what has happened is, the last 2 volume challenges, I have failed miserably. I've set targets of 75,000 or something. And I'm a player who himself has played 90,000 hands every month when I was staked and stuff like that. So because that was part of my contract. So it was normal, easy. So for me, 75,000 hands was a big shock, because I barely was able to play 50,000 hands because I can't play hours anymore. So that is one negative impact, that I can't play hours. The positive impact is that with the consistent coaching, one thing, obviously it creates a steady source of income, but that's not the major importance. Major importance is leaning towards the fact that when I coach, it's kind of like a pre-routine for me. So I coach and then I go and play, and my mind is already kind of zoned in into playing poker. So when I actually play those 4 or 5 hours in the day, I'm very, very focused. So my results during those 4 or 5 hours have been excellent.
Interesting. So you're saying it's because of that entire, it's like studying only for you again and again, you're studying.
So
and
every time you coach, yes, the material obviously is not at the level at which I would be studying myself, but it's not like it's a waste. It's just me refreshing my own skills again and again and again. And then obviously when I have these advanced and elite level coaching, which happen every day, those sessions are basically me honing my skills as well, while at the same time helping someone else develop their skills.
Interesting. Okay. Okay, so that's the impact it's got on you. Now I want to know the impact this is having on your students. Okay, and for everyone who's going to be watching this, be it a beginner or a mid-stake player who's going to be watching this, what is the impact or value add of this coaching for them? Because initially I remember like I saw about it and I was like, okay, so there is a price to it, and how is it going to impact these students who want to join? So if you can break it down for these two level of players, not the advanced and elitists, but moreover for the beginners and mid-stakes.
So when you join Dead Money Mine, I've clearly said that if you're a basic level player, if you're playing less than 5-10, bare minimum 5-10, personally 10-25, you should not join Dead Money Mine coaching just yet, because and none of the coaches ever say this, don't join us, because the idea is that I know for a fact that it will not be profitable enough for you for two reasons. One, you won't be able to make enough money to sustain, and second is you're just not at that skill level yet. There is so much free material available out there that you don't need coaching just yet, which is my basic thing, that I do not want to coach unnecessarily. Like extremely basic material that is available for free, I don't need to charge for that. So people came to me, now where do we go? So then I basically tag people on the group itself. So in the link, I put up links of all the good free material, so that it's kind of isolated in one place. You don't have to go ek jagah har jagah dhoond rahe ho ki kahan jaye, kahan kya kare. So it's very confusing. Log dekhte rehte ki kidhar jaye, acha ye bhi hai, acha wo bhi hai. So I've removed all of that. I've consolidated the material in one place ताकि तुम इसमें से जाके देख सको and be like, okay, this. After you've gone through that material, you've put in some volume, you've become good. There are so many players in our group, namely like, I don't know, like Bharat and all these guys who post their graphs, who are not even my students, but they've gone through some of that material. They've looked at my streams. They post their hands for review. I do free review sessions as well for them. So they've kind of built them through that way only. So now once they've come to a certain level, then they decide, okay, now I'm at a level where I can take coaching. It will be profitable also, and I will understand what is going on during the session. So when someone joins coaching, they get a preset group of videos so that they are at par with everyone else who's in the coaching. And then during the coaching, they learn. It is actually a massive game changer for the people. Like everyone I've spoken to, everyone I've coached, they've just been like, what the hell just happened? Like, are we really supposed to be thinking like this? Like there are hand review sessions where we don't even see a hand. There are literally hand review sessions where we don't even see a single hand, like a single card in our hand or in the other opponent's hand. We're just opening Flopzilla. And what we don't do, and which other people actually do a lot, is that they cover hand reviews. Ki, acha, hum coaching kar rahe hain, let's you put up some hands, I'll review those hands. I don't do that. Ki ek hand mein under the gun versus big blind chal raha hai, ek hand mein button versus small blind chal raha hai. We review spots. So we filter out hand in spots. We review spot versus spot. Okay, button versus small blind के आज हम लोग जितने hands कर सकते हैं हम करेंगे. And then we look at those ranges. We compare those ranges. We see what hands are removed, how to use softwares like that, basic software like Flopzilla and all.
Got it.
Not even expensive stuff. So that adds value to people because it teaches them how to think in any given situation. It gives them that baseline structure that is needed. And after that, when their opponent deviates, they know exactly what needs to be done.
Got it.
This I've covered earlier. So that gives a lot of value in the sense that they learn a systematic approach that can be with them for the rest of their life. They don't need to change. We call it the step down thinking process, which we follow. And that process basically can be applied through any game, any stake. And by any game, I don't even mean like no limit. It can actually be applied to PLO also. It's a very big base structure that we've given.
Understood.
That just changes. You just have to change the factors. Like the whole idea is the factors will remain the same. You just need to change the input value basically.
concept
fish
is there,
deviate कैसे कर रहा
fundamentally
है?
it's there,
Fish,
or it, yeah.
how is a fish deviating? He's maybe calling more, or he's folding less. You just have to adjust the ranges accordingly, and then the fundamentals will kick in and play the same way. So that is the approach that we take. We study spots and we cover as much data as possible using spots, so that the study we do is consistent. कि ऐसा नहीं कि एक दिन में तुमने इतने सारी चीजें कर ली है कि what happens with poker is there are so many factors, so many things कि if you don't focus on one single
Mastering that one
position,
particular
if
spot,
you
and
don't
then
master that one position and you just cover everything, it becomes a massive problem. क्योंकि वो cover करने में now you just realize अच्छा यहाँ मैंने वो किया था, and then in a spot which looks similar you'll just go ahead and do the same thing, but in reality it's not, क्योंकि stacks could be different, pot sizes could be different.
correct,
वो सब कुछ हो सकता है.
okay. And but is this okay? So how much time would you give a new guy to who's coming? Okay, so assuming I don't really look into these ranges, and I'm just a player who's playing 10-25 right now, and I have maybe I don't know what 30 buy-in, 50 buy-ins on me on cash. So is that okay? And then you're saying, "Acha, theek hai," like you can join, and then does that guy, how much time does he take to consume this amount of knowledge that you are giving? कि यार हर एक spot versus spot के ये this one versus this one में क्या इसका range होना चाहिए, कितना deviate हो रहा है, how much time does he take to actually absorb this?
That's the game, no? अगर तुमने रेंजेस समझ ली, बंदा कैसे डिविएट कर रहा है, बेसिक थियरी क्या था, एंड उसको अगेंस्ट क्या करना है, that is essentially the entire game.
Correct.
So if you figured that out and consumed all of that, you're a legend anyway. तो मैं तो तुम्हें हायर कर लूंगा कोच के लिए.
Got it. So how much time do you see a new guy taking? Because क्या है ना, I'll tell you a normal mindset, okay? Every time I also hear this, and of course I have not studied at this level. So what I see is कि हाँ यार, अरे ये करना है अभी भी, अरे it's अच्छा अभी ये सीखना पड़ेगा, कितना टाइम लगेगा इससे मेरे को, and like the whole game is giving you results and money very quickly, right? अरे let this be, I won't do this now, let me just go play. I'll just go play right now and I'll start try making money right now. That's where a lot of people are stuck. So how much time do they invest?
In reality, my students who join in, like we just had a student to join in last week, his first session was on the 6th of July. He took 1 week to see all the material that is there. 1 week of videos. It is just 10 videos of material. Okay. What happens is it is actually just 10 videos of material that is there. That is the baseline material. After that, the excess material that is being given and the practice that is required for that material is what we do at Dirt Money Mind. जो coaching है, it is essentially practicing the material, because material is the same. Correct. It is just deviating different spots, different players, different types, different चीजें. We are just covering small aspects of it in the same spot, so that people have a general idea as to how to approach everything. So what the material as is, agar material ko dekho, to I could actually just sell that material in 10 videos as a course or something like that. कि ये material है, but actually without practicing that material and without actually having a coach who is going to correct you, it's going to be a disaster. So that is why Dead Money Mind coaching takes long. Usually players who are joining at intermediate, they take up to 6 months, where after, like now, my first batch of people who had joined me, when I review their hands, I get put in tough spots. I'm just like, oh damn, this is a tough hand, this is a tough spot, because now they're not making these rookie mistakes or rookie errors. They're having good thought processes, they're giving good justifications for their plays, but it's still very, very difficult to now understand what they're doing. So up to 6 months that it takes to come to a level where now you're making enough money where you can support yourself, you can continue coaching. Then people choose whether they want to move up in coaching, whether they want to go in more detail. Some of them are part-time players, so they just decide, this is enough for me. I'm never going to move up stakes, so I'll just continue playing on these games and I'll take coaching whenever I want to. And I never charge in bulk. I've seen a lot of these people as well that I was charged personally myself. I was charged for 3 months, but after the first 2 sessions, I realized I don't want to do this. This is bullshit.
Correct.
Okay, so what I've done is I charge per month. If you ever feel the course is bullshit, if you ever feel it is not adding value for your life, you are free to leave. So that is how what I believe the course is adding enough value, and no one has ever left up till now. Everyone who's left, they've just joined back. कि अरे मेरा थोड़ा bankroll अभी गिर गया है या कुछ ऐसे करके, in 5-10 days they usually come back. So that is how I've structured it. That is how I believe it should be, and that's how I've gone about it. But in overall, it should take nearly 6 months for you to grasp the entire idea as to what I'm trying to teach you. After that, it's just a question of how far do you want to take it. And then people go. So like one of my students is moving to advanced coaching, then elite, and then he might become a coach with me itself. So I've shared the entire structure of how they can continue with Dead Money Mind, and then it's their choice whether they want to or not.
Interesting. Okay. What is the I remember reading it for the first time when I read it, your pricing of the course. I think it was I'm not sure what it is right now. I'll use your this thing, but I remember it being 45,000 rupees. So is that a little steep for the?
It's actually 30,000. 45,000 is if you lose the volume challenge. The 150% is
Okay, okay,
yeah,
okay, okay.
150%, 45,000. It's 30,000 per month for the coaching that I do. But in the coaching, we do 20 sessions a month.
Acha.
We do 20 sessions. So I mean, according to me,
600
it's very, very
rupees.
cheap
Yeah,
because
no, not 600.
I paid 1.8 lakh a month for 4 sessions,
Wow.
and that felt completely worth it. So but that was one-on-one coaching. So that was the major difference. I paid that much money for coaching because poker is expensive. What you have to understand is when you sit with me and you learn, you in 6 months you will pay 1,80,000, and after 6 months you will be making double of that in 1 month. You understand that with the information you're going to get. So you have to kind of have that kind of faith in the person you're coaching with as well. You have to see their results. You have to see how they're coaching. You whenever people join Dead Money Mind, they have the freedom to talk to students. That's why I've said given the names of the usernames of the students separately. They can go and talk to them whenever they want, and the students will give their honest opinion as well. So I'm very transparent as to what I'm doing, how much I'm making out of the coaching as well, whether it's profitable for me, what I'm trying to achieve from my students, why it is profitable for them. And there are people who think it's not as profitable, and they think they want to go for coaching for profit. Like I have students who wanted to join coaching for profit as well. So there's someone who I have offered that deal to. I just wanted to see whether he is good enough for me to actually make profit over there. And I've offered that deal to someone. So yeah, he'll probably take it up. Okay, now we'll do coaching for profit. If you think it's too steep, but you think you still want it, that is a possible deal. If you can convince me that you are actually strong enough or good enough. Like today, let's say a player like on Stars, let's say a player like U3BI4B. I don't know if you know this username on Stars.
I know it. Yeah, I do.
So if he approaches me saying that, dude, I want to do a coaching for profit deal, I won't think twice. I'll be like, cool. Sure.
He's a good player.
Because he's a good player. I've seen him play. I've seen him put in volume. Unless he's a part-time player, then I probably don't want to. But if any full-time player who I've seen playing approaches me, I'm fine with it. But the thing is, if you've not proved yourself, if you've not shown me that you have what it takes to put in volume, then I cannot stick my neck out on the line for you. Because what happens with is, yes, my pricing is steep, but my material is good. If I don't give you the steep pricing and I go for coaching for profit, there are a lot of details that you need to take care of. तुमने अगर जीत गए और तुम गोवा जाके हार गए, मेरा क्या हुआ? Before splitting with me, now suddenly that money is gone, and now I have to trust so much faith in you. Now you play online in one site, but your winnings on some other site are more, but you don't tell me about it. So I have to monitor unnecessarily too much as to what is going on. I have to monitor your volume. I have to monitor your daily schedule. It's a lot of effort. So it's a lot of trust that you place in one person when you do coaching for profit or staking deals. Which is why I avoid them. But yes, if you are able to gain my trust, I'm more than happy to offer that deal as well, because it is actually more profitable for me.
Correct.
Coaching for profit is much more profitable for me, but these small details that are there, they're just too much of a pain.
Yeah. Do you ever see yourself not playing after a point and probably just dwelling more into coaching and managing this entire thing? Do you see that happening?
I don't think that can happen. I think if you're a coach, it is very, very important that you play at the same time as well. Like I've seen coaches who are playing like semi-regularly. By semi-regularly, I mean like they'll play like 5,000 hands a month or something. They're either into businesses, they're into podcasts and stuff. But what happens is, if you're not up to date with what's happening, it's very difficult to keep coaching. I mean, I don't know of good coaches who are able to do that. So it's very, very challenging to stay out of the game.
Got it. Okay. Next question is, now you have, you play poker, now you teach poker. And then what I'm seeing is, and briefly you had mentioned steady source of income bhi ho sakta hai coaching, but that's not what you're looking at. But तीसरा angle hai streaming ka. That is what is poker. And I see that you stream once a week on Fridays. That is correct. So today being a Friday, I think everyone's going to see you live.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. So that is going to be happening. What is your take on streaming? And we in India are not very aware of the entire Twitch model, right? Anyway, normal streaming, YouTube only never attracts a large number of audience. So what is this entire thing about streaming, and can you explain the role of Twitch and what are Twitch subscriptions and etc.? Because when I was on your Discord, I kind of figured that, okay, there have been so many 50, 60 subscribers on Twitch, I believe 60 plus subscribers on Twitch. So what
62 subscribers.
62 subscribers. So what does that mean? And if you can just explain what is the role of streaming in India? Yeah.
So Twitch essentially is another platform, just like YouTube, but predominantly instead of uploading videos, you have live stream channels. It's very, very similar. You can go live there also, you can upload videos. It's exactly the same thing. It's just Twitch is a better platform in the sense that it helps you engage with the audience much better. Like the audience engagement is much, much higher. Scheduling and their overall outlook is much better. So that's why we choose to stream there. When it comes to, so it's just another platform basically, and you'll get the links and everything. They're both together. I stream on both platforms, whoever wants to watch. The Twitch subscriptions are essentially paid subscriptions, unlike YouTube, where you subscribe to the channel. Twitch subscriptions are paid. They're not very expensive. They are like 400 rupees per month or something. But it's essentially like how you pay that person every month to show support to that streamer and their content.
Okay.
So that is what a subscription is. So when I have 62 subscribers, it basically means 62 people have paid to watch my videos. So what I've done now is on Twitch, if you go, you can never see my full stream anywhere now. You cannot see it on YouTube. Any of my new streams, you can't see the full stream on YouTube. You can't see it on Instagram. You can't see it on Twitch. Only if you're a subscriber, you have access to those streams. So the full stream. So the serious people who want to actually see in detail what is going on throughout the streams, they can do that. Subscribers have the added benefit that I do subscriber only sessions on Discord. I do subscriber only sessions on Discord where I give them, I break down all my courses and I give them a little insight into how coaching is done and how I teach and what my students are learning. So last time I showed them some Excel sheets where I've taken groups of players, how I grouped them together, and I took reports of them and I sat and broke their game down completely. So I showed them how I basically analyze players and analyze situations and put it together and make a strategy. So this kind of stuff that is given to elite level people, obviously an elite level, we discuss how to do it in the
but you give them there's some added advantage to your
so as subscribers you get that added advantage to see what does a professional player do, like what am I doing that makes me money. Now how to do it, that I don't explain, but what I'm doing, that you'll get to see. So
and you shoot any special videos or you go live extra for Twitch people ever?
I can't do that just yet. I can't do that just for my subscribers just yet, because uske liye minimum requirement is 90 streams or something like that. So I've not hit that stream requirement yet, but yes, I will be doing that as well. One thing you said is that I stream once a week. That is now changed. I myself am now going to be streaming twice a week. We're going to be streaming on Monday and Friday. So Monday is kind of going to be a hand review session, or I'm going to bring in some students or maybe some players who I've enjoyed my time with, maybe some women who are in poker to get them into cash games. And we're going to maybe start some kind of podcast like that on stream as well, or some hand review sessions on streams. So we're starting a Monday stream where we're going to do some giveaways as well. So like this Monday, we're doing a giveaway from Stars for the 5,500 rupee ticket to the Sunday special Progressive KO, and the Sunday High Roller satellite, mega satellite for 2,000. So these tickets are being given away to the people who win the cash game quiz on the Discord server. So essentially whatever I can do to engage people, whatever I can do to reward them is what I'm trying to do. So that's why I've created Twitch subscribers ke liye alag se ek section. There's a separate channel just for them where I put up some extra material out for them so that they don't feel, already they get to watch the entire stream. That is one major advantage. And
but for a common guy who's not a Twitch subscriber can yet watch it live. I can watch my entire stream when it's being happening on YouTube.
Anyone who's watching can watch it live. You can't, you can't watch it later unless you're a subscriber. So you can't pause it, sit down, break it down. So essentially anyone who's serious about poker, it doesn't feel too much for them. Like 400 rupees for anyone who's playing 25-50 is not a big deal. And it shows support to someone who's streaming, because now when I get an income just from streaming, I can use that income in my media team. Like whatever I make from Twitch, it's chump change for me. Actually speaking, it's just a buy-in for me on my game.
But you use it for your...
use it. Like मैंने तो Twitch से लिया भी नहीं है. I've kept it on hold. They are holding my payments right now. I've not even received it. But what that does is it helps me create better content for the stream. Like if you see my highlights and my edits and stuff, there is so much effort that goes into it.
I spoke to you about it. Yeah.
There is so much effort that goes into it. It's very difficult unless you actually have people who can do it. So I've hired a media team that does it. They manage my stuff. I'm able to put out content. It's only because of those subscribers.
Correct.
So I would really appreciate it if we cross a huge amount of subscribers, if we get a lot of support, because I'm not really making any great money from that. I'm just using it and reinvesting it in the stream itself.
But like YouTube takes your money, does Twitch take money out of your subscribers' money?
Yes.
Oh, Twitch takes some money.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
They have a fees. Yes.
Oh, interesting. So Twitch also has a business model there. Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
So what is like, so which poker streamer has like the highest Twitch subscribers? Do you like, kitna
That's
hota
a
hai?
tough question, honestly speaking. I mean, Lex is definitely one of them. He's on top, like on top of it. Ben CB could be the second one, I think. But there are multiple streamers. There's a guy called Easter Dames or something along those lines. He
Okay.
streams very high stakes as well. So he has streamers like that. I think Prap is a tournament streamer. He does very well. So there are a lot of streamers like that. You've got Hey Monia
Okay.
and people like that as well who stream for Party Poker, BBC. So there are a bunch of poker streamers who make a good amount of money through
Twitch.
subscriptions itself.
Oh, interesting. So what do you think is the future now? So I think we've pretty much covered everything about Dead Money Mine. I want to know is what do you think is the future in terms of increasing the student audience? Like, do you think there are more people now inquiring, joining in from maybe the current lot only, or are you attracting more new people?
I hope it happens. What has been happening now is it's been going faster than I would have imagined.
Wow.
Like right now, we've currently got 7 students who are working with me full time. And then we've got 6 students who bought the MPC course. So that's essentially me doing another course for them with live sessions where I teach them the basic material so that it bridges the gap between the Dead Money Mine students and these guys.
And yeah,
And
they
then
reach that level.
yeah. So then they can choose whether they want to join me or not. So currently I've got 6 of those as well. So if you combine them together, there are 13 people who are right now learning from me, and I started in March.
Correct.
So according to me, this is a very, very big growth rate essentially. So it's definitely sustainable for me. I hope it keeps growing like this. Like I can manage the routines right now. I've fixed my schedules very, very well.
Yeah, I want you to send me the routine of yours because that's a very interesting routine which I think I'd seen somewhere. I would love to post it on this stream. You know, I'll do that on this podcast. I'll do that.
Okay. Yeah. I can share my screen right now if you want.
Yeah, or else you can just share it to me. I'll have it edited. So I think that works.
So because I don't have it anymore in a Word document like a table thing. I've got it by day to day in calendars now.
Oh, okay. Wow.
I'll send you screenshots of day to day basically. You can choose which day you want to post.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
So yeah. But every day is very, very packed. I'm working minimum of 14 hours every day. So and even on my off day, like a Monday, I take a day off. That is the day I stream.
Now you're starting to stream. Yeah.
Before that, I have meetings. I have media team meeting on that day. I've got my own mindset coaching and all the personal sessions that people have. I take on Monday. So essentially, my off day is just not playing poker, not studying poker, doing everything else. So
Okay.
yeah.
Interesting, Aryan. So I think we've covered everything that we wanted to. People, I just wanted to bring out everything about Dead Money Mine. So I'm excited. I think we've covered every particular thing. And yeah, hopefully we should have more students joining into your coaching. That'll be an objective of this podcast for me at least.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
Okay. Great, Aryan. Thank you so much.
All
Thank
right,
you so much for coming in. Hopefully we'll have another one soon.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right,
Bye.
buddy.
Bye.